Hey, welcome to the Seven Freedoms Frequency podcast with me, Iona. So in this episode of the Seven Freedoms Frequency podcast here at the Soul Legacy TV, Spiritual Business Success with Iona YouTube channel. So if you're watching this on the YouTube channel, then welcome. Consider subscribing to the channel. Every single Sunday, I talk about financial freedom. Did I say contribution? It's called Money Blocks for Financial Freedom Sundays. And if you're listening to this on Spotify or Audible, then welcome. You can come over to join me on the YouTube channel and subscribe to the playlist. So Financial Freedom Sundays, right now, if you are watching me, you might be like, well, it's not really Sunday. It is actually Tuesday, and I always call myself out. What you will see is a time lapse between this episode and the last Financial Freedom Sunday episode. And I have a full confession. I was talking about on the last episode, which I've just listened to not long ago, and I was saying that, let me just remove from Twitter, it's not doing it. And so I was saying that for Money Blocks and Financial Freedom, and I was relocating to my hometown, and I'd set lots of intentions after doing my vision board challenge in the second week of December. And then after the vision board challenge, I was like, okay, let me take a week. I relocated, and I was like, okay, let me take another week. Full transparency, like it is actually the middle of January. However, I have hit the ground in 2025. I'm so excited about it. So I wanted to just back up a little bit and be completely transparent. So I talk about going live, doing daily lives, and I'm talking about thank you for the love. I'm talking about financial freedom every single Sunday. And so I talk about contribution freedom on Mondays, health freedom on Tuesdays, emotional freedom on Wednesdays, environmental freedom on Thursdays, relationship freedom on Fridays, and spiritual freedom on Saturdays, right? Every single area is interlinked. And so after a conversation that I had today with one of my soul sisters, I really wanted to share this even more. I like to get that inspiration and that core theme for a podcast episode. And in all honesty, I was just not really getting it. I've had so many downloads and so much going on since doing my vision board challenge. And if you haven't done my 1 week to create a badass spiritual business vision board and bank 50K in 50 days challenge, then I will leave the links in the show notes, in the cards, in the description, all the things for you. It's absolutely amazing. So having done that vision board challenge, this is a follow-on, like journaling and manifesting. And so what I will say is, even though I hadn't been doing the podcast, I'm still living that intentional life. I'm still using my own spiritual coaching, right? Excuse me. So I want to back up and bridge the gap between the last episode that I did in December before I relocated. I'd set that intention, and the vision board challenge to now. And so in terms of financial freedom, and so every single day, the theme of the Seven Freedoms Frequency podcast is to raise your vibrational frequency, using this podcast as a practical episode to journal. I have the journal, my journal notebook. It's called the Soul Legacy Journal. 365 days of your spiritual awakening story. I wish I had a journal to journal my spiritual awakening as I was going through it. And I was like, okay, this is a blank notebook for you to actually tell your own story to yourself and move through life after your awakening, during your awakening, after your spiritual awakening. And I call it a co-created soul path to spiritual alchemy by Lightworkers. So, and for Lightworkers. So the financial freedom is the alchemy part of when you are contributing in the world as a light worker, doing your light work, you're in spiritual business. Oftentimes making from contributing to financial freedom is a challenge for many of us. It was for me, like with that money blocks. And so I want to talk about that today. So having the conversation that I usually have on this podcast, and I go through all of the segments, and I'm going to do that. But what I wanted to do was just frame this episode with a conversation again that I had today with a beautiful soul sister. And I happened to be in the gym today. And again, I'm going to bridge the gap from what's been going on and manifesting. for me. And so I happened to be in the gym. So I'd set the intention to be in the gym throughout 2020 to 25. And so I've worked out for years, but I wasn't a gym goer. However, I'd signed up for just some gym training to be a personal instructor and a nutrition coach and that's personal gym instructor, right? And so I was like, okay, when I get to my new location, which is my hometown, I'm going to sign up for the gym. Well, I put these things on my vision board, right? And in terms of manifesting, because oftentimes we think, oh, well, we're putting it on a vision board and then the universe will just give it to us, right? I want a beach body, like I want to travel. I'm in the process of traveling, in the process of manifesting my beach body, right? But if I hadn't gone to the gym, or not even the gym, but I hadn't worked out or haven't eaten the way that I have and eaten clean and all those things, the vision that I have on my vision board is not really going to manifest. It's a mismatch, that misalignment. So we've got to feel the way that we want to feel with our vision on our vision board before and in order for it to manifest. So the conversation I was having was me sitting in the gym, having been, this is like the second week, excuse me, and I've loved it. And I'm creating a routine around it, etc. I'll talk about it on Health Freedom Tuesday. But I'm sat in the gym and I'm talking to my messenger. So first of all, I've clocked that I'm in the gym and I'm doing my soul work in the changing room. And I'm talking and I'm walking my soul sister through sharing the gifts that I share in my programs and stuff, and the process that I've walked through myself to come to that place where I'm in alignment with our financial freedom and the Bank 50K in 50 Days challenge. And the mismatch between when we want to contribute and we're contributing and we're serving and we're doing it for free, and not being open to receiving the money, like blocking that, and what that looks and feels like. And so I don't know if you've experienced it, but what it looks and feels like, and what it looked and felt like today was offering and doing some amazing work in the world, because I know that you guys do, but then not knowing how to transition the people that you're getting on calls with, or the people that are in your world, into your services. And I heard myself saying, look, this is bigger than you, because I'm very tough love. And I say this all the time. I say it to myself first. This is bigger than you. And what the soul sister said was, it will happen naturally. And shout out to you. Like, I won't say who you are. It will happen naturally. I'm like, it doesn't happen naturally. It feels natural when it's happening, when you're visualizing it, but it does business naturally to neither does marketing to us as light workers, right? We're like, oh my God, like I'm so gifted and so talented at my light work, but the business and marketing does not come naturally to us. And enrolling, and so I set the intention to enroll hard, learn how to enroll. And I say hard, I was like unless I have an enrollment, I call it an enrollment spot in my business, then I can't enroll a student, right? And so when we know, and when we're sharing our gifts, and we are open to that fair energy exchange, we have a funnel. I call it a high paying soul client funnel formula, and people get confused with it, but really it's marketing your business, speaking about your business. It's just having a conversation, connecting soul to soul with those that you are here to serve, and making an offer. So the conversations that you're having initially are in alignment with the back end of your business, which means that you've got to decide what is at the back end of your business, who it's for, so that you can go out and you can speak to only those people. And so I talk about this on the Spiritual Business Book Marketing on YouTube and Bank 50K in 50 Days Challenge Masterclass. I talk about speaking to, serving and signing up your high paying one-to-many soul clients. However, when you have money blocks, you have resistance, and it feels overwhelming, and it feels all the things, and we want to do a bunch of other stuff and be on social media and it not actually convert. So when we're talking on Monday for contribution freedom, know that our health freedom, our emotional freedom, our environmental freedom, our relationship freedom, our spiritual freedom depends on us serving and receiving that financial freedom, because I can guarantee, which was me, if we do not receive that financial freedom as a business owner, because we don't really want to go out there and get a soul-sucking day job, and in order to have a successful spiritual business, our connection, like, we're going to feel drained, we're going to go through burnout, go through more spiritual awakenings. It's going to affect the relationships that we have in our life. And I was saying this to my mum earlier today, and I was saying it to another soul sister. When I gave up my home, I had fostered 3 children under 5. And then I was like, okay, I want to travel, but I had to build my business. And I went through a burnout. I went through a spiritual awakening. It was rude. And I said to her, if I had had the money to give all of these people that I was staying with lots and lots of cash, I believe that they would have treated me differently. And my mum was like, what? And I said, no, because when we're in that scarcity and that poverty mindset, we act differently towards ourselves and we act differently towards others. And if you don't believe it, just have a look at it. Just have a look at how people are conducting themselves and how you are conducting yourself as well, whether you're contracted. If you have a poverty consciousness, we feel contracted. We have a prosperity consciousness, which is what I'm talking about, raising our vibrational frequency in terms of freedom. We don't have the freedom if we don't have the money. Now, I'll talk about the gym again, right? So I was like, okay, I'm going to join the gym. And I know that they do like offers like around the holidays, right? Because I joined the gym before. And I was like, I'll just wait. I'm going to manifest this like offer and manifest going to the gym. And I was talking to my daughter and she's like, oh, here, mom, you can use blah, 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 because we can do guest stuff. I was like, okay, cool. And I'm like, I've just manifested access to the gym. And I'm like, nah, I want my own. So I was waiting and I was like, oh, I'm just going to pay the full membership, blah, blah, blah. Bear in mind, it's on my vision board. I need money for this gym and this gym membership, right? And so then I paid the full gym membership. And then when I get to, and I delayed the start of the membership to like the January, I can't remember, like the 4th of January, something like that. And I signed up like on New Year's or something, or the 2nd, whatever, you know, online. And so then when I got to the gym, like on the 4th, it had in big thing, here's the offer for the gym for the first 3 months. I was like, what? I could have waited. I would have manifested it. Slight impatience, but I did it anyway. And so I've loved the gym. Again, I've invested in personal training to be a gym instructor and nutrition. And I've experienced different, personal trainers. And I think it's like £300 a month for the personal trainer for it, one person. And I'm like, okay. And that's not what I plan to do with mine. I'm going to bring it to my students. But I'm watching how they move in the gym, and this particular lady who really caught my eye, and she had her training on the side in the changing room today of doing 12 weeks. Again, if I want that personal trainer, which I don't think I have that on my vision board, but I'd love it because obviously I want to be that personal trainer. So the best way to learn is to model, actually have someone. She's good. She's really good. So I'm like, okay, that's an investment. So I say all that to say is financial freedom, contributing. She's contributing and she's willing to receive the financial freedom. She is not saying work with me for free. She gives a consultation, a free consultation. If you love it, you move forward. And so that's what we can do in our spiritual business. Give a consultation. If they love it, they move forward. We could do this. We can watch this in so many other people's business models, but not putting it in our own. Basically, the one-on-one session, a taster, a consultation with a personal trainer is the enrollment spot. So do you have an enrollment spot in your spiritual business to receive your financial freedom? And if you don't, come to the masterclass and I will share with you how to have that enrollment spot. Now, my Bank 50K in 50 days challenge is about 50 breakthrough sessions that serve. So the consultations, breakthroughs, and then moving forward. That is it. And so we need an online calendar. We need the offer. We need the what, just simplifying our business. I have a 1-page plan in my book. It's called spiritual YouTubers from scratch, a soul-guided influencer's compass to leverage your light work and lifestyle on YouTube. There's a one-page business plan in here, which talks about the stage of marketing in your business. And the first stage is using your a Facebook group or a social media group, LinkedIn group, whatever group you want to. I have groups, Facebook and LinkedIn, and an offline because I'm like the socials. So it's doing that. It's creating a tribe, a stat, a soul tribe avatar persona or profile, and then serving those people. That's it. Like giving your gifts, but beginning with the end in mind and beginning with the people that you want to serve, that you feel good about. So receiving the financial freedom is directly correlated to the contribution, and you're not just working for free. That is what I want to say. I've got off my soapbox now, because the conversation that I had today was like, oh wow. And then in it was day 6 that I had the idea. So basically a month ago today, to create a Facebook group around my stat, soul tribe avatar persona profile, the people that I really want to engage with, whether they buy from me or not, is women over 40 in spiritual business who want to collaborate online, who want to meet in person. That for me is my absolute dream. I've spoken to so many amazing people. Shout out to you if that's you, who instantly over the weekend I heard a couple of voice notes. It's like, girl, one of my soul sisters says, my soul girl after my own heart, like, and she's in the UK, and I'm like, oh, and she's like, we have got a lot to talk about. Instantly, soul family, instantly I'm like, yes. And it's a given that we're going to meet in person this year. It's got to be done. And so then I've had, I'm asking each member to introduce yourself and share what it is that you have, free and paid. There's so many places where we could do that, and we drop links and then run. I'm like, no, do a video intro. And it's so challenging to show up alongside what it is that you're offering. So I had one soul sister do a quick intro, and she's going to update it. And then another one, shout out to you because you know who you are, do a video intro, and literally it just tears light in my eyes today. It just had me almost well up at sharing a spiritual awakening story. And that's why I talk about spiritual awakening. And she said that spiritual awakening story, I'm not going to share it, I'll have her on the YouTube channel for sure, awakened her to her business and what she does to serve. And that's where I talk about that spiritual awakening, spiritual ascension, the tools that you gather, and that spiritual alchemy, gifting it back to others, right? It's absolutely incredible. But spiritual awakening, they're rude, they're painful, they're long. That's not a dark night of the soul. Mine was a dark decade of the soul. Excuse me, but just, and so, she's got so many gifts under one umbrella. It's just an absolute epic connection. And I'm so excited, just so excited to build a group again of like-minded women. So if you're not in there, we do have a collab call. I do work with men as well. It's not exclusive. That group is exclusive to women. But I wanted to, one of the reasons why I shut down my Spiritual Businesswoman Network was I wanted to have a space where I could work with men in my business as well, and I can. But this group is going to be epic. So we reached 100 members. I'm like, celebrate with me. And then within 5 minutes, we got to 101. I'm like, yay. So it's just amazing. I'm rooting for your success and every single member's success. And then I had another lady out of the blue asked to join. She filled in the membership questions, you know how you do, and dropped her email so I could schedule her on to, we have a monthly collab call. And I'm like, oh, I just absolutely love it. You know, when you visualize in your mind. So this group is like a month. I visualized in my mind. Then I created a system around it, and I share it with my students. Everything that I do, I share it. So Financial Freedom Sunday, money blocks. If you have money blocks holding you back, come and jump on the masterclass, and come and jump on the monthly collab call as well. I have free resources to share with you. Absolutely. I've had a really epic day, and I've been out of the house. Oh my gosh, I went out of the house to go to the gym at 11, and I got in at 3 p.m. and my mom's like, oh, so you finally returned home. She got like lots of treats and stuff for me, and I was like, Mum, I'm trying really hard not to eat that stuff. She got me popcorn and some potato chips, and I was like, and some dark chocolate. She got my favorite things, and I'm like, okay, well, I'll have a little bit here, because I said I literally will eat all of them, but because I'm on my health freedom journey, I'm conscious. Anyway, again, financial freedom, to eat clean, to pour the things into my body, to take care of myself, like and having that time freedom. I know that many people say, I don't have time, I don't have that. Time freedom is huge. Having financial freedom equals time freedom and energy freedom. So I want to talk about how we launch our day, lead our day, and leave our day, or how you will launch your day, lead your day, and leave your day if you had financial freedom, right, in your business. If you were contributing in the way that you want to contribute, if you had clarity on your business, the confidence, the systems, and the strategies in your business, by the end of 2025, what would that look like? And so on the vision board, the 1 week to create about our spiritual business vision board, and I had someone else reach out to me as well who said, excuse me, because I've been reaching out to some people that are really inspiring me, that I want to be connected with. I'm like, and you, and you, and you, and you. So reach out to you. It's intentionally. And she said, oh, and I've got my vision board pinned in my Facebook pinned post on my profile. And she said, so she said, oh my God, I'm loving your vision board. I set the intention to do a vision board. I'm like, and then somebody else had said, sent a welcome message to the group. That's my contribution. And she said, I'm not there yet. I'm not able to like introduce myself in the group. I'm not. And I'm like, I'd love to support you. Here's the vision board challenge that I did in December, which is a 7-week training on balancing your light work and your lifestyle based on what I call the soul legacy wheel. And so the soul legacy wheel is like the wheel of life, but it's my design, my soul signature system to see these 7 areas, the 7 freedoms frequency, see where you're low vibing in any of those areas, and then raise your vibrational frequency, even when life doesn't change, life be life in. When we raise our vibration and we think and feel about it differently, we just feel a different type of way about it, because we can visualize, and we know, as Neville Goddard says, we're living from the end. Like in that feeling, not just like thinking, feeling, it changes. And then like it's law, it's universal law. So the soul legacy wheel is a visual representation that helps you to do that in the vision board challenge. And then when you do your vision boards, post them in our group. And I said, you know, I will hold you accountable. So whenever you come across this, if you haven't done that vision board challenge, do it by the end of the month. Like we're in mid-January now. Whenever you listen to this or watch this, do it by the end of the month, whenever it is. Like if it's in a day, do it do you know what I mean? So what we do on the 7 Freedoms Frequency podcast and in our journals is rate our vibrational frequency, how you're feeling today. So if nobody's asked you how you feel today, how are you feeling today? And the way that I rate my vibration is, I dropped my journal, is rating between a 1 and an 11. We don't get a 0 because we're breathing. So we've got to express gratitude for that, right? We're alive. Because many of us, I've had a lot of losses, and I've just had another recent loss. I'm not even. I will talk about it in Relationship Freedom Friday. I can talk about it a little bit here, but we'll do the rating of our vibration, and then I'll note it because it's big and it's impacted my finances. So we rate our vibration between a 1 and 11. So 1 is soul funk, we're feeling in soul funk, and 11 we're feeling in soul flow, like universe, soul guidance, on point, no star values. We're in alignment with our values. We're just looking at the world through the lens of our soul. We're not pushed and pulled by the humanness, like whatever's going on out there, whatever's going on wherever, like out in the world, in your household, in your workplace, wherever it is, whatever that is, you're good. Do you know what I mean? You're good. And so when we look at the world through the lens of our soul, the soul legacy wheel, we are able to move through life's challenges and ups and downs. It doesn't mean to say we don't ever have them, and we don't ever acknowledge them, and we don't ever feel them, and we don't ever release the feelings and the trauma and different things. But when we are looking at the world through the lens of our soul, understanding that everything is happening for us, not just to us, it's like we get the lesson. Like, where's the lesson? We move in soul flow. And so since the last Financial Freedom Sunday, I've been on fire. Your girl has been on fire. Like, doing the vision board challenge in December, the second week in December, I know people go to me, I'm so busy. And I heard somebody say at the gym that she hasn't stopped eating like junk and stuff since Christmas. And it's like, I'm so busy. People will do all the things for the Christmas and come out with these habits that they now have to undo, like almost a month later or weeks and weeks later. Excuse me, it gets crazy. So, like, I'm so busy for this one day of the year, which actually in the run up to that year, in the run up to that day and after that day is carnage. So I'm really happy that I do the vision board challenge then annually live. And there's a playlist on my YouTube channel, again, at the Soul Legacy TV, Spiritual Business Success with Iona. So you can sign up for that. So you can watch the replays from last December. And then if you scroll down to throughout the playlist, one, I've got my vision board that I play daily, every single morning and every single night, right? Neville Goddard's is like, what is on your mind, what you fall to sleep with. It's just super powerful. And I felt it because I hadn't done that before, played it every morning and every night, like just before I go to sleep, play it for the most part. I've got an alarm on my phone to say play vision board, play vision board. It's 1 minute and 20 seconds. Anyway, so we're playing that vision board, and we're focusing on the manifestation of it. So we're rating our vibration 1 to 11. We're writing it down in our journal. Life doesn't have to change for our vibration to change. And so if you are a student of mine in my 12-week bootcamp or in the 12-month mastermind, you will be gifted what I call the 7 Freedoms Frequency Call-in Gym. It's a 2-hour monthly spiritual coaching call to manifest that life work balance. I know there are so many of you who are juggling and spinning your wheels and saying, I don't have time. When you say I don't have time, guess where it comes from? It comes from a space and place of lack. And it comes from a poverty consciousness, because if we're prosperous and we're feeling prosperous, of course we've got time. Like I say, for me, I'm like, oh my gosh, I need to like hone this gym down and make it shorter. But I've done my gym and I've done weights and I've done my walking, getting my 10K steps in, and making sure, because I'm working from home, right? And so I'm sitting down a lot of the time. And then I'm getting in the shower, which I wasn't a shower person. I love baths. And I'm like, no, I'm going to bask. I'm going to actually take that time. I'm going to do all of the self-care, because if you don't know, I went through burnout, like my last spiritual awakening, apart from grief again, was through burnout, like for like at least 18 months, burnout, like a lot of burnout. So I'm like, okay, while I do this, I'm going to serve. And so I hadn't been behind my computer. I was going to say my office, but it's a bedroom and an office, a makeshift office right now. But it's just beautiful. So I was saying about my loss that I'd had recently, which I just want to acknowledge, is my ex-husband passed on Sunday. It's now Tuesday. I don't know the date. I think it's the 12th of January. no, 11th, I don't know, on Tuesday, Monday, 12th of January. So I want to just say rest easy. Also a soul sister as well passed, Casey, rest easy. It's crazy to me. There's so many losses. And so in terms of my finances, when we were married, I've been telling this story, and I'm not going to tell it all now, but I figured out a way to have his business grow like 40% in a year. I was so new to business. I was like, okay, well, if that's what you want, the universe showed me a way. That was really on my earliest journey, but that was a real awakening for me. And then when we split, it wasn't amicable at all. We made peace. We happened to make peace, which is beautiful. When I gave up my home, he was there. And I ended up homeless. I ended up bankrupt as a result. It was crazy. And so, but what I did learn was a lot of the tools and the skills that I have now. And I learned and I hit my rock bottom. So I don't have fear of failure. Sorry. I don't have fear of success, and I don't have fear of selling, because I'm like, I've been at rock bottom and I know what that feels like to be in that low vibration. So I'm like, so the universe gave me what I need to really hit the ground running, right? So that loss, I got that news, like coming home from a date, and knowing that person was probably similar to the energy of my ex-husband. Yeah, I'll leave it there, because I'll tell it more on Relationship Freedom Friday. But I felt an energy shift since. And financially, who I couple up with next, my husband, because I'm like visualizing and manifesting. I've got a second YouTube channel talking about dating and calling in the one. And I'm like, is this the one I'm trying on and taking off? And I took this one off, and it was mutual. He just fell off, and he kind of just decided. And I was like, okay, cool. Take me home then. It's like, oh, we'll still spend the day and blah, blah, blah. I'm like, nah, I've got things to do. You've got things to do. I'm good. Like, I want my one. And then looking back in hindsight, all of the signs and all the nudges and my intuition was saying that this person is not being truthful. And I'd called them out on it. Yeah, a lot. And so that day, I believe I was saved from going down a path that would have been really not good. So again, I'll talk about it more on Relationship Freedom Friday. So we've rated our vibration, my vibrational frequency around financial freedom. I would say 10 right now. It's not at an 11. There's an adjustment since I've relocated, but I've been provided for, absolutely. And again, the vision board challenge, when you put certain things on the vision board challenge, things are downloading and manifesting, and just buying certain things for my health and buying certain foods for my health. I've just felt amazing, and just so much is manifesting. I won't tell it all, but a lot of downloads have manifested. I cannot wait for the end of the year again, for all those things. I feel in vibrational harmony to the large majority of what was on my vision is happening now and in the process of manifesting. And I'm like, wow, mid-January. So this is like a month ago. And I watch the results for my students and stuff, and I don't really always log mine. I'm like, oh yeah, log it, noted, thank you very much. So what I want to do is move into the next segment of this intentional living podcast of the 7 Freedoms frequency, and that is setting soul's intentions. And so intentional living is like living in it with intention, right? I'm dating with intention, I live with intention. And so when we set an intention, We live into that. It's different from a goal. Like a goal is like beating yourself up, like future orientated. It's like, you know, we can set goals within the bigger goal, but the intention is to. And so how you intend to launch your day, lead your day, and leave your day, and doing it with ease, grace, and flow. So at the soullegacyacademy.com, that's what I share with my students, how to launch your day, lead your day, and leave your day. So when you look at financial freedom, bring that into your life on the morning and the daily, morning routine, daily routine, and nighttime routine. How do finances impact that, or not having the financial freedom, having money blocks impact that? How would you, if you had financial freedom, no money blocks, had financial freedom, complete financial freedom, how would you launch your day differently? How would you lead your day differently? And how would you leave your day differently? If you had your spiritual business aligned and automated, done, and people were coming to you, and you had passive and leveraged income streams, you had your book, you had your coaching program, you had blah, 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 you had ads running. I don't have my YouTube ads and my Amazon ads running right now, but I will by the end of the year. So that's even going to feel different. I've got a level of freedom, and how I'm launching my day is reaching out right now and growing my group. And soon it will be on autopilot. So I don't even have to do that in terms of launching my day. However, right now for me, launching my day is like calling in my soul tribe. Leading my day is like going to the gym, and leaving my day is doing the podcast. And then I have a morning routine and nighttime routine. And I've mixed it up in terms of what suits me. I adjust it, and I call that intentional living. So I'm setting intentions. So what intentions, 1 to 3 intentions, can you set in terms of, okay, what's going to bring you in financial freedom sooner rather than later? 1 to 3 things. So for me, I've set the intention to launch my day, to connect with my soul tribe, and then have an invitation to my co-author book series, sharing their spiritual awakening story. It's amazing. And then how I lead my day, I'm taking care of me, I'm fueling me. If I don't take care of me, walk my own talk, then nobody's going to listen to me anyway. How I lead my day is relationships. And so although everything is not directly at like finances, so I've got the podcast, I've got my weekly videos to do, I've got, which I haven't started yet, and I will do probably this week or next week, maybe next week, 3 weekly videos, the Calling in the One channel as well. So I've got things in my day that are in my spiritual business that will be calling in my soul tribe and my soul family automatically. So doing a video, doing a podcast that lasts for a lifetime. Do you know what I mean? So I love that. So how are you launching your day, leading your day? What do you need to do? And again, I'm looking over there because I had a big calendar, like a whiteboard calendar, you know, that you draw on and then you can wipe it off. And I put certain things that were on my vision board onto that calendar. And I say it's manifesting, but I had to move into the space to take that soul guided action, that nudge, right? It doesn't just happen. It happens, and it happens in a beautiful way, but you still have to do, like, in order for me to even be here, I've got to make that decision to be here. And so I hadn't been, right? And so thank you for joining me. So I hadn't been. So for me, when I've left the gym, or when I'm leaving the gym after like getting my shower and stuff, I'm like, okay, in order for me to, I call it, Abraham Hicks calls it segment intending their day. I talk about this on the vision board challenge. I'm visualizing, and I'm like, I'm feeling that. So every day as I've left the gym and I've, you know, got in the shower and I've done my hair and I've done all of my skin, I'm really looking after myself. I'm putting on my makeup at the gym, ready to come home, eat, and then do the podcast. So I'd visualize it, and I wasn't hitting it straight away. And now I'm like, okay, other things have been systematized in my business. And then it's never forcing it. It's always doing it in ease, grace, and flow. And who was it? Was it James Clear? or Prosperity Consciousness, the book by Frederick Lerman. He was saying, imagine your day, just imagine it. Like, you don't have to do it all, just imagine, oh, it's such and such a time, or I'm doing blah, 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 the intentions that you set before you even do them. And I was mindful of what he had said, excuse me. So although I wasn't doing it, I was like, oh, it's that time. I've come home and I'm doing it. I still put my makeup on. And I intended to do it, but I had other stuff to do. And again, I've had a loss. And I had other appointments to do. Again, all of my health stuff, different financial things that needed with a relocation happen. But I didn't think, oh, I'm not doing it, so I'm going to beat myself up. I'm like, no, I'm in the process of doing it. So what 1 to 3 intentions can you set? Visualize yourself moving into the next week. So between today and next Sunday, you've done them. And again, if you are a student of mine in the 7 Freedoms Frequency Calling Gym, then I'm going to hold you accountable. Let's get it. So the book for today, I would say, for financial freedom, I would say grab this book, Think and Grow Rich. I've started to read it at night. Again, not consistently, but I'm visualizing, and not consistently. 1, because I'd gone on a date this weekend, and 2, because I had a loss. But it's on my desk, my bed desk, and I've really enjoyed it. I had started reading. I've read it loads of times, but I had actually started reading it as we move into the mastermind as well. So think and grow rich. You're thinking and you're growing rich. You're feeling and you're growing rich, right? I know, completely. So that's the book for today. I haven't actually read a part out of that. I would say the self-confidence formula, reading that, is to read it every single day. I hadn't got to that part yet. The card for today I want to share with you is from Keepers of the Light, which is Odin, I think it's called. Psychic insight. Your third eye is open. See the truth for what it is. Follow your intuition. And I will say that in dating the person that I was dating in the transition that last 3 weeks, told me, oh, see that. And he was joking, but, you know, in jest, because it was getting him in bother. And he's like, see that intuition? I'm like, I follow I feel it. He's like, see, you need to turn off that intuition. And I'm like, why would you even say that, even in jest? Which I don't think you were really joking. I think you were half joking. Of like, if I turn off that intuition, where would I be in the world? Just watch who you are around and how people speak to you and support you. So that's what I want to say. Follow your intuition, right? Odin is the Norse all-father god who is revered to the present day. He is a powerful, all-seeing, all-knowing god. His twin flame is Freya, and like her, he has a raven totem. The story goes, hopefully you can see that. The story goes that he surrendered one of his eyes at a mystical spring called Mima so that he could gain the wisdom of the ages. He's a strong but somewhat wild character who helps us reawaken our natural psychic instincts and open our third eye so we can look beyond the physical senses and into the spiritual realms. He also helps us to recognize that it's okay to have insight into what's happening next. After all, we are creators of our path. Odin guards the runic alphabet too and works closely with the signs, symbols, and omens. Extended message. You are being encouraged to look beyond what your physical eyes are showing you. Look within and follow your intuition or psychic visions. You may want to plan ahead at this time. Can I get an amen? It's important to keep your mind and energy focused on the best possible outcome. Absolutely. There will be signs and symbols from the light to tell you you are on the right path. Be aware of the winged beings graced by your path as a wink from Odin, the light keepers, to say that they are honoring your work. So that is for me. That is for you. Hopefully you enjoyed that. So what I will say is we are going to do the note from the universe, the salt income game, then express gratitude, and then we're going to hop off. All right. So I haven't got the note from the universe from Mike Dooley, but what I am going to do is pop into my email because I hadn't done the notes for a little while, I'm going to see, I have clicked into them, but I haven't shared them. So I can't remember the last one that I shared. So I'm just going to choose one. All right. So the note says by Mike Dooley, just amazing. Sign up for the notes from the universe. So this note says, truth be told, Iona, it takes so very, very little to be happy. Be present here and now. So that's the note from the universe. I love it. And then we are going to do the soul income game, and then we're going to do gratitude, and then we're going to wrap up for this episode. All right. So the soul legacy journal gives you £1,000, dollars, or euros every single day. Imagine blank canvas. It's a blank notebook. You're going to write down £1,000, dollars, or euros, wherever you are in the world, your currency, and you're going to play a vibrational money game. And so I talk about this on the Vision Board Challenge, 1 week to create a badass spiritual business vision board, and Bank 50K in 50 Days Challenge. Now, the Banking 50K in 50 Days Challenge, if you're a student of mine, you'll know that we do this vibrationally first here every single day. You can do it yourself. And you spend this value, so you write down the money that you're spending, and you imagine and you feel it, whatever's on your vision board, right? And so then it manifests faster. And so you spend it. There's rules to the game. It's called the soul income game, Banking 50K in 50 days. So imagine soul income from your soul clients. So you've got these soul clients. So if you've got money blocks and you're like, I don't have the clients I want to have, we're not telling those stories in 2025, right? So you've got soul income. So imagine what services you would offer that add up to £1,000, dollars, or euros, right? You've got that. Then what you do is you spend your vibrational money voucher. So we're doing the Bank 50K in 50 Days Challenge vibrationally first. And people miss this. I'm like, no, dude, this challenge is vibrational first. I just want to do action. I don't have clients. I don't have time to do my bit. No, we do it vibrationally first. All right. We play that. I challenge you to do this for the next 7 days. I challenge you to do this for 50 days. I challenge you to do this for an entire year. Do something different. So we spend the vibration amount money voucher. We tithe 10% to a worthy cause, right? Every single day. So my worthy cause is Compassionate Friends, which is a charity for bereaved parents. And so I was talking about this on the last episode, that I was coming to my hometown and relocating and going to the meeting, because I hadn't been to like one of the meetings yet. I had signed up for some training to volunteer, to train how to volunteer on one of the supporters. And then what I've done is reach out and I've said, I'm here. I'd love to have a meeting. And it's been delayed. I didn't not trust that it would happen, but I'm like nudging it along. And so I've got a call with a lady tomorrow, and I should be going to the next group next week. And so on the vision board, if I hadn't then emailed, if I hadn't then said, hey, followed up, if I hadn't then, it wouldn't manifest. So when we're putting things on our vision board and I want to get involved with a charity or worthy cause, be involved with it, not just financially, tithe your time as well, if you can. The worthy cause might be your own cause, but in order for me to feel that I'm tithing, I want to be, it's something, because I am a bereaved parent and I dedicate my work to my son, who made his transition 9 years ago, at the time, almost 10 years ago this May. I know just how much bereaved parents can use this worthy cause. And so tithing, they need money too, like worthy causes need money, like again, financial freedom, less we're contributing, but they need money. And so tithe 10%, take your vibrational money voucher. So at the Soul Legacy Academy and the Soul Legacy TV, Spiritual Business Success with Iona, I'm sharing with you who you be with the money. So money blocks don't even come to it. It's like when you receive the money vibrationally and in the physical world, I'll share with you how you can start to build the business model in the physical world as well as vibrationally. You know who you be. That's the bit that comes naturally because you've already done it. So type 10%, and then we don't get to pay bills that come from the space that your bills were already paid for a whole entire year. We're good. We've got financial freedom. And we don't save it, right? Because we've got savings already. We've paid our taxes. We've got savings. We've paid our, everything's done. This is your own play money, right? So what would you spend your vibrational money voucher on? So you can spend it each day on whatever comes to mind, whatever comes up, like spend the, you know, when you're like, oh, I really wish I could have that. Well, you can. You want to come from the feeling of a prosperity consciousness, not a poverty consciousness. You can have it, whatever the mind can conceive and believe it can achieve, but we want to feel it. So you want to feel that. And so we do that every day. And then if you want support to build the business model where you can bank 50K in 50 days, then come to the soullegacy.academy.com/courses/masterclass, and I will share with you how to speak to, serve, and sign up your high-paying one-to-many soul clients. I was going to say it's going to go off. Hang on. Do you know what it says? It says water. So I have an alarm to fill up my water flask with warm water so that I'm hydrated. That's called intentional living. That's called not letting my brain bits be like, I should be doing this. I'm not doing that now. I put everything on my calendar. I've got quality time that's come up with my dude. So that's not manifested yet, but I'm in the process of manifesting it. It's just beautiful. So when I'm speaking to someone, it's at a certain time. It's just lovely. And that's fallen into place today even more, like swapped out one, putting another one that, like that contrast that I had into that is just beautiful. Like I know what I don't want, I know what I do want, I know what I don't want, I know what I do want. I absolutely know what I do want. Again, I'll talk about that on Relationship Freedom Friday. So my relationship with me is good, right? So my relationship with other areas of my life is good. When we are releasing blocks in other areas and we feel worthy and we're working on ourselves, like our income can only grow to the extent that we do. A quote by T.H.E.E.R.S, right? And Robin Sharma says that your net worth will never exceed the height of your self-image. So when you do the vision board challenge and you've got this image about yourself, your income will follow, your net worth will follow. I love it. So that's the Bank 50K in 50 days challenge. Doing it vibrationally. Let me know, post it in the group, body up and play this game. I love it. And so what I want to do is wrap this episode up with gratitude, right? So I have my gratitude rock and my gratitude crystal. And the way that we say gratitude on the Seven Freedoms Frequency podcast is we say, I'm happy, I'm grateful, and I appreciate. I'm happy, I'm grateful, and I appreciate. We want to feel those feelings. We want to feel happy, want to feel grateful, and we want to appreciate, like not taking everything for granted, right? So we say, I'm happy, I'm grateful, and appreciate. You can write this down. You can soul speak it into existence with me. Because I do the daily lives, I just speak it. And when I wake up, I speak it as well. And I say Ho'oponopono as well when I wake up in the morning, clearing out any energies. So the way that we do gratitude, we say, I'm happy and grateful and appreciate. We can think of something in the past, because you're like, I ain't got anything to be grateful for. Something in the past, something in the present, or something in the predicted future. Now, your vision board is in the predicted future. And in order for you to manifest the vision board, the version of you who is on that vision board, then we've got to be grateful for it, happy and grateful for it manifesting before and in order for it to manifest, right? And so it doesn't matter whether you feel that feeling for what is in the predicted future or something that's happening in the present or something that happened in the past. Either way, you just want to be at the vibrational frequency. So wherever your mind needs to go, then let it go and just express the vibration of I'm happy and grateful and appreciate, feel the feeling. Now, what we want to do is bring every single area into our life to raise our vibrational frequency. And again, I talk about intentional living. So every single area, the 7 freedoms is short for the intentional living codes and an acronym, cheers to financial freedom. So I say, talk about setting your intentions every single day in these 7 areas. So we're going to bring gratitude into the 7 freedoms. So contribution freedom, health freedom, emotional freedom, environmental freedom, relationship freedom, spiritual freedom, and financial freedom. So there's 7 areas of your life that we're going to express gratitude every single day. So even though it's financial freedom for a Sunday, or contribution for a Monday, or health freedom on Tuesday, we break down our life. We still want to be saying gratitude for all areas of our life every single day. And what's great is if you can actually find things in the present that are happening now and acknowledge to the universe, like, thank you, right? And if there isn't something that comes to mind, delve into the past. And if there isn't something that comes to mind that's in alignment, then go into the future. So for contribution, I'm happy and grateful and appreciate that I've created the group, and I have so many wonderful, amazing women over 40 in spiritual business who are interested in collaborating and meeting in person. I absolutely love it. Hundreds and hundreds and hundreds and hundreds of women coming in throughout 2025. Absolutely amazing. I'm happy and grateful and appreciate my health is on fire. I'm loving the classes that I'm doing. I'm loving working with my personal trainer. I'm loving becoming a personal trainer. It just is in sync and aligned. I just absolutely love it. Taking care of myself, like basking, I'm dancing as I'm like getting out of the shower and getting ready. Like I'm getting, my sleep was, oh my gosh, yesterday I thought, I'll have a nap and I'll do my live, right? Girl went to sleep. I woke up it was about 7. Woke up about midnight. I was like, I went right back to sleep, had the best night's sleep ever, just like, because I'd had the losses and stuff. It was a lot. Like the last couple of days I slept like a baby. It was just beautiful. Happy and grateful, and nurturing my body with the food and the water, and just amazing. Happy and grateful and appreciate emotionally. I'm happy, like I've acknowledged my loss, and people were saying to me when I got the news from my brother-in-law that my ex-husband had passed, they were like, how do you feel? Everybody said, how do you feel about it? And my best friends are like, do you have feelings? You don't have any feelings for him still, do you? Like, what if I did? I don't, but like, do you know what I mean? Like, it's natural to have feelings. I'm gutted. It was such a shock. It's just a massive, massive, massive shock. But also my choice in staying in my lane and acknowledging and releasing and feeling. But also I've said recently, the spiral down button is not there, because I've had so many losses in my awakening through that loss, grief. I'm like, there isn't a button to spiral down. I'm here, grounded in my journey, in my path. If others have gone on their journey and their time is that they've chosen to come and leave, I will see them when I get there. My vision is to live to 100, so they're gonna have to wait. Like, it's that for me. So emotionally, I'm growing, and on my vision board, I've got that emotional intelligence, that self-awareness, that etc. That's manifesting. I'm happy and grateful and appreciate my environment. The way that my mama has just, like, she's welcomed me with open arms. Like, I'm like, Mama, I'm coming home. Like, this down south sucks. Like, I'm coming home. My environment in Leeds, literally I set the intention when I was relocating of so many things that I want to do, including salsa, including going to Toastmasters, including going to the grief group, Compassionate Friends, including going to the gym, including just going out and being out and meeting my sister-in-law for coffee, my nephew's mum for coffee, meeting my godchildren, like all those things, like this environment. And I said to my mama this morning, I was like, I resisted coming back here. I was like, I ain't moving back to Leeds ever. Unless my mama needs me. It's me that needs my mama, right? So no shame in that. And I was like, and I resisted it, and I'm having the wheel of time. I share this on my vision board challenge on Environmental Freedom Thursday. I absolutely went on a complete meltdown in resistance. to shifting my location because my daughter and my granddaughter are down south, right, in Suffolk. And I was like, there's no way, like, no. And I've had the best time. It's been epic. I've loved it. I'm gonna be a better me. Oh, and my one of my soul sisters, one of my best friends, she was talking about a retirement plan in Mauritius, how to qualify for it. I was like, Mauritius? I was like, oh, I'd like to get married in Mauritius probably. But, you know, if not, or have a honeymoon or something. I'm like, Mauritius, retired. Oh, yes. You don't have to live it. Oh, I just looked it up today. I was in the gym and I was chatting to her and I was like, oh, so the environment, like the gym, oh, I'm happy and grateful for all of it. So much is just downloaded. Happy and grateful and appreciate the relationships, dating. The person that I dated for the last like 3 weeks, I'm happy. We talked for hours a day. My friend, the same soul sister, she said, none of this chatting for hours and being completely invested because she'd done the same thing until my man, like all things. So I've learned a bunch, like a level of investment, a level of commitment. It's all going to go in a book. My friend said, I've got a book inside of me about dating. I was like, amen, because that's one that's coming and I'm dating. And I've got a conversation with someone who is much more in alignment with what I wanted to manifest. I'm like, why can't you just give me what it is that I've asked for in the book? Why the contrast though? So I'm happy and grateful for that. My relationships, just amazing. My daughter, my granddaughter, just all of my relationship with you guys, just my relationship with me. I'm so grateful. Like there's so much to be grateful for. I'm happy and grateful and appreciate that connection, my guidance, that intuition on point, like nudge, 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 nudge. On point, finances, financial freedom, absolutely epic. Like building my spiritual business and getting things to the point where they're automated and scheduled out for 7 years. And the intake forms, people are like, oh, that's a lot. I'm like, listen, my intake forms are down, my schedule, my masterclasses schedule, everything's scheduled. I'm like, yes, I've got to do some work on my bootcamp and the mastermind itself. But once that's done, it's like, yay, Mauritius, here I come. So financial freedom, they've got certain things, criteria that you've got to have, the income coming in each month, so much a year, etc. But that's it, like your environment and where you want to live, where you want to work, etc. How many people can say, because you can't work inside, you've got to work outside of Mauritius, but have a bank in Mauritius and basically help the economy, right? And shop there, etc. So there's not that many people on the planet that can say that they can work from anywhere, have that level of income, know how to have that level of income and just retire. You've got to be over 50. I'm like 51. I've never been so grateful to be over 50. Because my friend is not actually. Yeah, she's not. Yeah, she's younger than me. See? But anyway, financial freedom is the thing. It's beautiful. It's beautiful. Thank you so much for spending this time with me on the 7 Freedoms Frequency podcast. I'd love to support you in launching your day, leading your day, and leaving your day with ease, grace, and flow. If you have a spiritual awakening story to share, come to the masterclass. I will share with you how you can get access to my co-author book series if you are a soul match. We have the global networking hub for ambitious spiritual coaches, earth angels, and authors and entrepreneurs who want to collaborate, want to actually contribute in the world and get your work visible. So go to the soullegacyacademy.com/courses/global networking hub. Sign up. All of these lives are in there. My training for the 1 week to create a badass spiritual business vision board, the 1 week to create a movement marketing media kit challenge is in there. And I love just being able to say that because they're annual challenges that I can now say, do you know what? These happen. September annually, 3rd week in September. This happens 2nd week in December, but they're there. Like 2025, I just feel so free. It's lovely. Like every single person that comes to me, it's like, here you go. Here's some gifts. Here's some training. The co-author collab call is in Hub 3 as well. Everything's in there. And I'm just like, oh, this has taken me years. When I built the Spiritual Businesswoman Network, the back end of 2020, beginning of 2021, I did not have everything set up. I was in the process and I was like responding to what people wanted. Now, like 4 years on from the December, getting the nudge to create the group again, but like women in spiritual business, because a lot of women were not in business for the Spiritual Businesswoman Network. I'm like, how are you not in business if it's a Spiritual Businesswoman Network? So now it's women over 40 in spiritual business, right? It's amazing. Absolutely. Who want to collab online and meet in person. Be very specific. So I've loved it. So come over there as well. If you're a guy listening to this, you are welcome to come into the hub and come on to our Media Kit collab calls. You know, as a light worker, share your gifts and shine your light, because you were definitely born to serve. I think it's all about the big vision and soul mission, our soul client income, soul tribe impact, and soul family influence. Absolutely. All right. I will see you on the next episode. Come to the Financial Freedom Sundays for money blocks. Tomorrow is Contribution Freedom Monday. Every single Monday, we talk about how you contribute with your life purpose-led business. Big love. I'll see you on the next episode. Mwah. Take care. Thank you so much. I appreciate it.